We've all been there. You get the hiccups, and no matter what you do, you just can't get them to stop. Well, there was a local doctor who says that he has invented something that can fix all of this. Dr. Ali Saifi of the Long School of Medicine at UT Health San Antonio, inventor of the Hicc Away. And since it's right behind you there, we're going to just go ahead and say it. You're going to be on Shark Tank to pitch this idea. So let's start from the very beginning. What actually causes hiccups?
So that's a very good question. You know, hiccups are sudden spasms of the diaphragm muscle, which is a muscle here. And this will be following by sudden closure of the valve in our throat, which is our glottis. So anything can trigger this spasm, such as, you know, if you eat fast or spicy food or alcohol beverage or carbonated soda. So any of these things, it can trigger the spasm of the diaphragm. And this will be suddenly send a message to the brain and to our throat and close our glottis. And you're going to hear that famous hic sound of hiccups.
Yeah, it's fascinating how this all works scientifically. I've actually had the hiccups on the air before, so we went through a bunch of different myths in different ways. But I want to know about your device. I want to know about the Hicc Away. How does it work to combat hiccups?
So very good. So the device actually is a simple straw, but the magic part is the bottom part, which has a pressure valve. So the way it works is based on one of the science, they call it like Bernoulli principle, which is like a physics law. And when somebody drinks the water through this, because of the pressure valve, which is at the bottom part here, it activates the diaphragm to a certain pressure that when the muscle of diaphragm goes to that pressure, it stops those sudden spasms that happen in diaphragm. And it resets the nerves in the brain, and instantly it can stop the hiccups.
So this isn't just an ordinary straw, though. I mean, you have to really, videos I've seen, it looks like you have to really apply pressure in order to make it work.
Right.
Is that right?
Right. So in simple word, if you consider if you drink from a regular straw, drinking water through a straw, the effort that you need to drink the water through this, it's almost 5 times more than a regular straw. That's why you need lots of pressure and effort through your diaphragm muscle. And that's that high effort, which is about like 100 centimeters of pressure. That is the key that stops those spasms in diaphragm.
All right, now I want to know about Shark Tank. You went on Shark Tank. Obviously, it's on ABC. We show it here on KSAT 12. What was that like? I mean, you've already been there, right? And
Yes.
When will we be able to see it on KSAT?
Yeah, so the Shark Tank actually filmed a few months ago, and it will be aired next Friday at 7 p.m., like exactly Saturday, 7 p.m. next week. It was very interesting experience for me. You know, as a doctor, I'm not a TV or a showman, so it was the first time I was, you know, going live on a TV and such a great, you know, TV show. It was fascinating. And let's wait for another week to see what are the results next week.
Yeah, did you go by yourself or did you bring a family member or a colleague with you?
Yeah, it was 3 of us. It's myself and the business person that helped me to make this and our marketing person.
Okay, so the Shark Tank appearance is going to be right after this newscast 1 week from today, next Friday at 7 o'clock. And I know you can't talk about what happened, so we got to watch. Okay.
Yes, you have to wait.
So of all the things, I mean, why did you decide this is something you wanted to put your mind to invent something to stop the hiccups?
Good question. You know, I'm a neurointensivist. It means that I see patients with brain injuries and, you know, brain emergencies. So long story short, in 2015, I was seeing a patient in University Hospital in San Antonio. And then the patient had a brain injury, but the patient had hiccups because of the brain injury. So the patient was suffering much more from the hiccups than the stroke. So when I entered the room to see the patient, and he said, you know what, doctor, you guys have treatment for everything like cancer, you have treatment for heart attack, for stroke, but not for such a simple thing as hiccups. So he couldn't sleep all night because of hiccups. So at that moment, I said, you know what, that might be something I can go for it. And I started to read about it. And shortly, I noticed there is nothing in the world to stop hiccups. There is no simple remedy or nothing that you can do it instantly. And that's why I started to research and We did actually a prospective research study on about 600 people that they had hiccups. And then we gave them this device for 4 months, and they tested and compared this device to the home remedies. And after 4 months, we collected the data and we compared it. And we found actually a very interesting result. We had like more than 90% effectiveness compared to the home remedies.
Is there a home remedy that works better than other home remedies?
Very good question. The interesting part is that most of home remedies, they have some scientific background.
Okay.
Like the way that home remedies work, they are working somehow on the diaphragm muscle, or they work on the nerve that go to our throat. But the problem is that most of the home remedies, either they're not reaching that threshold of that pressure that I mentioned earlier, or they only work transiently on one of these nerves. But the thing that we did at University of Texas in San Antonio Health Science Center was we combined all of these remedies in one unique thing that you can activate the nerves at the same time with the amount of pressure that you need to reach to that.
All right, I have a question. It's Hicc Away. Can you get that? Can you get one of these devices now?
Yes, actually, right now for people in Texas, we have it in all the HEBs as over the counter. You can go to drugstore shelf and it's over the counter, as well as all like in Amazon. So online Amazon, you can buy it on Amazon, and also Hickaway.com. So Hickaway.com, Amazon, and HEB stores.
Yeah, I need one to keep in my desk and at home.
I know, that's always a fear. You get them right before the show.
You don't have to give me one for free. I appreciate it, but this will come in handy. I've had this problem before.
I know, it's not wood, but you know.
Yeah.
Dr. Ali Saifi, UT Health San Antonio, inventor of the Hicc Away. We're going to look for you next Friday, 7 o'clock, right after this newscast on Shark Tank. We will see what happens.
Yes.
Have a great
Thank
weekend.
you.
We'll be right back.